There's a moment in every human life that feels too heavy to name out loud. A moment where something inside you says, I don't know if I can keep doing this anymore. If that's where you are right now, I want you to stay with me. Not because you owe me anything, but because there is something your soul has been trying to say. And this may be the first time you've been still enough, tired enough, cracked open enough to finally hear it. You're not in this darkness because you failed. You're in this darkness because something inside you is being rewritten. And I know how painful that feels. It's a kind of heaviness that doesn't show on the outside, the kind that sits in your chest like a stone, the kind that makes your days blur together and your nights feel endless, the kind that makes you question your worth, your direction, even your place in this world. But hear this with every ounce of gentleness you deserve. This is not the last chapter of your story. This is the chapter that changes everything. The universe never builds a future on an unsteady foundation. And right now, everything's shaky, everything uncertain, everything you've been silently carrying, it's coming to the surface because you've reached the point where pretending you're fine is no longer your destiny. You're not supposed to break here. You're supposed to wake here. There are parts of your soul you haven't met yet. Strength, wisdom, compassion, depth. And sometimes the only doorway to them is the kind of darkness you would never choose, but somehow found yourself walking through. I want you to breathe for a moment. Slow, gentle. No expectation, just breath meeting body. Because the fact that you're here, listening to this, at this exact moment in your life, tells me more about you than you realize. It tells me you haven't given up yet. Not fully, not truly. Something inside you still believes, even if it's faint, even if it's flickering. There is a law woven into the structure of the universe, a law older than any scripture, older than any philosophy. And it says this: before light expands, it withdraws. Before a new timeline opens, the old one collapses. Before your life rises, something inside you falls apart. This collapse you feel isn't punishment, it's preparation. I wish I could show you what your future self looks like. The version of you who survived this very moment and became someone radiant because of it. I wish they could sit beside you right now, hold your hands and whisper, please don't stop here. You have no idea who you're becoming. But that future version of you, they are real. They already exist. They are waiting for you on the other side of this night and this darkness you're walking through. One day, it will be the story you tell that makes someone else feel less alone. One day, your survival will be someone else's hope. Your scars will be someone else's map. The universe does not waste pain. God does not abandon souls. Mid-chapter. You were created with intention. You're not an accident of biology. You are a deliberate expression of consciousness, placed here with purpose that hasn't fully unfolded yet. And sometimes, the deeper your purpose, the darker the tunnel you must crawl through to reach it. I want to talk to the part of you that feels ashamed of struggling, the part that thinks you should be stronger, the part that thinks others would handle this better, the part that wonders why you can't just move on or get over it. Listen to me. There is nothing weak about being overwhelmed. There is nothing embarrassing about feeling lost. Pain does not make you small. It makes you human. And every soul who has ever risen has known moments like this. You are not broken. You are breaking open. Listen closely now, because this part matters. There is something in you, a brilliance, a gift, a calling that the world has not seen yet. And the darkness you're in is shaping you to carry that gift. With wisdom instead of fear, with depth instead of ego, with compassion instead of bitterness. If you quit now, that gift remains buried. If you quit now, your story ends in the very place it was meant to transform. You don't have to be strong every moment. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to see the whole path. You only need to take the next breath, the next step, the next sunrise. And when the mind tries to tell you that no one cares, understand this truth gently but firmly. You have never walked alone, not for a single moment. There are forces around you. God, the universe, your guides, your ancestors, the consciousness that breathed life into you. And they have been protecting you in ways you don't yet recognize. If you were truly alone, you wouldn't be here. Your story would already be over. But it isn't. You're still writing, and maybe this moment right now is where the pen finally returns to your hand. So hear this and hear it slowly. You don't owe the darkness your surrender. You don't owe your past an explanation. You don't owe your future a version of you that no longer exists. And you do not owe your pain the last word in your story. This chapter is allowed to be heavy. It is allowed to be confusing. It is allowed to stretch you in ways you never asked for. But it is not allowed to be final. There will come a day, sooner than you think, when you will look back at this version of yourself with a kind of quiet awe, not because you were fearless, not because you always knew what to do, but because you kept going while fear was sitting beside you. Because you woke up on days when getting out of bed felt like an act of courage. Because you stayed alive long enough to witness something shift, even if it shifted slowly. You didn't survive because you were certain. You survived because something deeper than certainty kept breathing inside you. And even on the days when belief felt impossible, life was still believing in you. Before we end, I want you to pause with me here. Not rush past this moment. Not scroll away from it, but anchor it. Because moments like this, when something inside you quietly decides to continue, are rare, and they matter more than you realize. So, I want you to claim your next chapter before it fully arrives. In the comments, write this declaration, not for performance, not for approval, but as a marker in time. My story isn't ending, it's beginning. Write it for the version of you who almost gave up. Write it for the version of you who kept going anyway. Write it for your future self, who will one day remember this moment and whisper, "Thank you for not stopping." And know this, when you write it, someone else will see it. Someone scrolling in silence. Someone carrying a weight they haven't named. And your words will remind them that they are not alone. If someone you love is walking through a darkness of their own, share this with them. Not as advice, not as a solution, but as a presence. As a reminder that stories don't end in the middle. You are here for a reason, even if that reason hasn't revealed itself yet. You are needed in ways you don't fully understand. You matter more than your mind is able to tell you right now. You are loved. Not conditionally, not eventually, but already. And your light, even if it feels faint, even if it feels tired, even if it feels barely there, it is not finished. This is not your last chapter. This is the moment you rise.